Well, hello my beautiful and amazing crafters. Welcome to another video of Crafting with Shaneda. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how you can make your very own graduation cap cover. We're going to be creating this in Canva, and then you can cut it from Canva or just cut it with your Cricut machine. Stay tuned. I have the Canva Pro account because I use Canva a lot. You would notice in a lot of my tutorials, I do like to go in Canva to create my designs and then upload them into Cricut Design Space. I like the different variety that Canva has to offer, and this is not sponsored. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with a design, and all the supplies, the links, and the sizing I will put in the description box below. So I'm going to start with a full sheet of paper. I'm going to size my design at 8.5 by 11 inches and then go ahead and start from there. I want to be able to print out this design on a full sheet of paper and utilize all the spacing as possible. So I'm going to bring in a square and I'm going to size it so that way it will fit the top of the cap. And then I'm going to bring in a circle and I'm going to size that to 0.8 inches, but I'll put the sizing in the description box below. And this will act as the center that I can add the tassel if I wanted to have the tassel come through the cap, and I'll show you this later on in the video. So now that I have this circle centered and everything ready, I'm going to go ahead and start with my design. When it comes to your designing, you can create it any way that you like. I'm going to be utilizing the school colors, so I'm going to bring in a glittered background and size that, and then I'm going to put another contrast color and just have the glitter to be more of a border. Now I'm going to add some elements and wording using Canva's text and images. And I'm being mindful that the cap is going to be at an angle. So I'm going to design everything so the top of the cap, the took care of business, will be in front, and just setting everything diagonal. Now that I like the way that the cap cover looks with the elements that I've added, there's two ways that you can save the file just depending on what option you would like to use, and I'm going to show you both options. The first option is you can save it just as is as a PDF and go ahead and cut this out and place it onto your graduation cap. Another option is that you can save this file as a PNG with a transparent background if you have the Canva Pro option, and upload it into Cricut Design Space. And I'm going to show you a little hack that I did to be able to utilize as much space as possible. Both ways the cap cover comes out amazing. So the first option I'm going to show you is that you can print out the design on a full sheet of paper and just cut it down. I didn't have glossy cardstock. I end up getting that later on after this video, but in today's video I used the glossy paper, which was very pretty, and I just cut it down to size using a pair of scissors, or you can also use a paper slicer as well to just get those nice clean edges. And doing this step, you will have a little bit of a border around the cap, about an inch border, just printing it as is, which is perfectly fine. But I wanted to utilize all the space that I possibly can, so I went in Cricut Design Space and I cut out a piece of glitter cardstock. That way it could fit the complete cap, and then place the image on top using that glossy paper. I'm going to adhere the design to the glitter cardstock with this very sticky double-sided tape. I will have the link in the description box below. And I'm sorry guys, I lost the footage of me creating this in Cricut Design Space, but you can cut this out of poster board or glitter cardstock just to utilize as much space on the cap as possible. And then once I cut it out, I just made sure that the tassel would fit perfectly right on top. And then you can choose if you want to have the cap cover to go underneath your tassel or on top, and I'll show you that later on in the video. So before I get started, I just want to make sure that I put the design on the correct position, where the top of the cap took care of business is going to be that'll be the front of the cap cover. Now that I have it placed, I'm just going to turn it around and create a circle on the design so that way I can cut that out by hand. And I use this little tool that to create that circle. If you don't have a tool like this, you can just cut it carefully with a pair of scissors, trying to make the center as neat as possible, especially if you're giving this out. Now that the hole is created, I went ahead and used the tape to put the two together. And now I'm going to be using some Velcro, so that way this cap cover can be placed on the graduation cap without it ruining the cap. I'm going to mark each of the corners just with the pencil and use my Surebonder hot glue to secure these tabs on each of the corners. And I'm just leaving that protective film on the other side because I will be giving this away, so that way when my client receives it, she'll be able to remove the film and place the cap cover on the graduation cap. If you wanted the tassel to be underneath the cap cover, just don't place that fourth tab on top, so that way you can move the tassel from left to right without having that tab in the way. You could even put it a little lower if you would like, but just you'll do the tabs on 3 corners instead of 4. And I got these tabs from my local Walmart. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you learned a little bit or a lot, and we cannot wait to see you on the next video of Crafting with Shaneda. Happy crafting!